Hello everyone and welcome. My name is John and this is ICOfavorites.com with another review. Today I'm going to talk about the very interesting Rentberry and its ICO. There you go. Rentberry is a blockchain application, and today we're going to talk a little bit about its structure and the coming ICO that will finish in February. Just want to talk to you about a little bit about the contents that we're going to talk today. So I'm going to tell you what is Rentberry, which are Rentberry's features. We're going to talk about the development roadmap as well. The wallets allowed in the crowd sale description, so the ICO is going to be covered by this review as well. We're going to go through the budget allocation overview after the crowd sale, and we're going to talk about the team, of course, opportunities, concerns, and we're going to wrap up by, I'm going to tell you my opinion about it, and we're going to wrap up. So, the big question, what is Rentberry? Rentberry is a home rental service and a price negotiation platform for tenants and landlords. It leverages blockchain technology to ensure seamless rental experience. It automates the standard rental tasks from submitting your personal information to credit reports to custom offers to e-signing of rental agreements and online rental payments. This means that the rentals market is actually the target of this Rentberry. Rentberry's goals is to make both landlords and tenants enjoy a fully decentralized rental experience that includes open and transparent process, a crowdsourced security deposit network, instant rent payments, internationally valid tenant and landlord scores, just to name a few. So there's plenty of stuff to work with Rentberry. So here we can have a look at all the features that the blockchain network provides to Rentberry. Here you can have a look at the two layers of the system. One is the Rentberry rental platform. And here you can see global expansion, rewards, security, and convenience. That's what they're doing on their side. And the blockchain network underlaying to that platform is allowing for the functionality of crowdsourced network, service providers, review and ratings, utility bills, application process, rental auction, agreements, and rent payments. So it's basically covering the whole rental market using the blockchain architecture, the distributed blockchain architecture, with all the advantages of the blockchain architecture, especially the overall way of transferring value without a centralized organization. So tenants and landlords will be able to communicate directly via this distributed system. Talking about the rental market, well, what Rentberry sees nowadays in the rental market is that the global practices still include listings in the form of simple online classified ads, which provide limited rental experience and essentially no value in terms of application process. The rental experience is still quite non-transparent. We all been there. We all rented our houses, and sometimes it was a little bit different to feel. A little bit difficult to see the transparency of the process while renting a house. It is a time-consuming, costly, and sometimes unnerving process to find an apartment, including the bidding wars over the prospective tenants and the uncomfortable face-to-face negotiations with landlords. Tenants also freeze millions of dollars in rental security deposits every time they rent. There is no internationally recognized insurance or savings that could be applied to quality renters. So Rentberry aims to fix this problem as well by creating this platform that will allow for all this to be fixed. Especially the international. You're going to see that there's going to be a lot of international interest in the way that these guys at Rentberry are developing their solution. So talking about the Rentberry proposal, currently there are over 2 billion people living in long-term rentals, and 59% of the households to be formed by 2030 will be renting homes instead of people buying them. So what Rentberry proposes is that they will leverage this trend by creating this system. Rentberry plans to streamline the entire long-term rental process by using blockchain and smart contract technology and eliminate the need for a middleman, making it possible for tenants and landlords to compete all rental tasks in the same place. So today, Rentberry offers users a fully operational long-term rental platform, and it allows for crowdsourcing to help tenants unfreeze millions of dollars, like I said before, tied up in rental security deposits. Talking about the features of this system, well, this system eliminates the need for the agent-broker model and all the associated expenses by allowing the landlords and tenants to complete all rental tasks online in a peer-to-peer manner. So this is the basic blockchain architecture. It will also allow to establish a uniform international standards of rental procedures which will benefit expats and migrants living and working in new countries. Of course, Rentberry is now focusing a lot in the American market, having a lot of properties registered in its system in the big cities in the US, and of course in the big countries there's a lot of expats living, a lot of migrants, that they will need some security on their rental contracts, and of course Rentberry aims to improve that by providing this framework. Also, Rentberry provides a crowdsourced security deposit network that will allow tenants to reduce the amount of their own money they need to tie up in their rental security deposits. This makes Rentberry the first company in the long-term residential real estate space that will strive to operate internationally and ensure a fair, frictionless, and seamless long-term rental process for all the parties involved. Like I said before, the rental platform will work over a blockchain network, and the smart contracts will address the following issues: the rental payments, the rental agreements, the rental auction, the application process, of course the crowdsourced network, the service providers, property marketing, and the utility bills. This means that using Rentberry, landlords and tenants in countries across the globe will have an opportunity to enjoy a more transparent and universally applicable platform with no middleman included. So there's not going to be any brokers or anything. You know, sometimes you have these issues working with the real estate agents. This will be a point-to-point communication between tenants and landlords. Now, talking about the development roadmap, I've split this roadmap in 3 years, so 2018, 2019, and 2020. Rentberry will, well, it is already well known internationally and was depicted by many local news publications. As of right now, they offer a blockchain real estate infrastructure to tenants and landlords, like I said before. And they plan to partner with the local credit bureau banks, insurance companies, cryptocurrency exchanges, property management, and real estate companies. So this project doesn't leave out in the open the fact that they need to do a lot of local partnerships. In fact, you're going to see that in the roadmap ahead, where they're gonna they allocate a part of their budget to international acquisitions and partnerships. Milestone 0, as you can see on your image right now, is February 28th, 2018. It's coming up. The ICO is already ongoing, and it will finish on the 28th of February at 11:59. That's going to be the end of the token sale. We're going to talk about the crowd sale token distribution a little bit later. So I want to go through the several milestones. Milestone 0, that's the end of the token sale. Milestone 1, that's technology advancement. Well, the Rentberry is committing to integrate blockchain and smart contracts technology throughout the platform. They're going to launch iOS and Android apps, and they're going to file international patents. They will also try and finalize and integrate the blockchain technology in the application and auction process, which from what I've heard on the conferences in New York, it's still not going. Still not going well. And of course, they want to expand to the closer English-speaking markets, so Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and UK. It's going to be the first international expansion. Milestone 2 involves crowdsourced rental deposits. This will allow tenants to reduce the amount of their own money they need to tie up in the rental security deposits by paying a small monthly fee in tokens instead of paying full upfront security deposits. In this milestone as well, the Rentberry platform will establish the deposit network that offers rental security deposits and also generate rewards for the tenants. Milestone 3, still in 2018, that's going to be the tokenization. Rentberry will offer the ability to make rent payments in Berry tokens. We're going to talk about the Berry tokens a little bit later. And launch a payment system allowing for all the users to make and receive payments for rent and other services as well. This third milestone involves as well the expansion to China, Korea, Japan, Germany, and France. So a lot of international focus on this project for sure. The roadmap for 2019, that's going to be next year's year of development. As you can see on your screen right now, milestone 4 relates to proprietary scoring system. This will introduce landlord and tenants with scores that would be based on reviews, rental related history, and personal data saved on the blockchain. So adding to the distributed platform for value distribution, there's also these functionalities similar to social network functionalities. And this milestone involves as well the finalization of the development of artificial intelligence algorithms and also start offering users the international valid tenant and landlord scores. So basically doing validation for those scores in order for them to be internationally used. Milestone 4, still in 2019, will be the development of the API to integrate the local third-party service providers. Users will be able to order services directly from their Rentberry portals, local portals, and they will offer API integration to those local third-party service providers. Also in 2019, understanding that the platform will be very much on its third year of development, Rentberry will start the partnership with local credit bureaus and real estate companies. Milestone 6 is the international expansion. So apart from the native English-speaking countries that Rentberry platform expects to have expanded to already, they want to expand to Europe and Asia, and they want to offer a multi-language support. Continue the partnership with the local credit bureaus and real estate companies, and include as well expansion to South America and Africa. Now the roadmap for 2020, that's going to be roughly 3 years from now, involves milestone 7, the smart lock technology. So just like Amazon has been doing recently, also Rentberry plans to integrate blockchain smart lock technology, which will significantly simplify open houses and move-in, move-out procedures from abroad. So your landlord can be abroad and have a quite strong grip on what's happening in its property by allowing new tenants to move in or move out with the smart lock technology. All of this can be provided by the framework of Rentberry. And milestone 8, utility online bills. This is the Rentberry's plan to partner with utility companies to give users the ability to pay the bills directly via Rentberry's platform. This will be full production phase of Rentberry, when all this value between tenants and landlords will be able to be transferred online distributedly via a blockchain peer-to-peer technology. Now, one of the most important parts of this review is the ICO, so the crowd sale description. Rentberry has partnered with Cryptonymous to perform the token sale. Rentberry token is a proprietary cryptocurrency designed to facilitate a standardized global approach to the long-term rental process, with all transactions kept in a secure manner. Rentberry token is called Berry, and it's going to be the token to be sold on the token sale. It has started already. It started in the 5th of December 2017, 9 a.m. New York time, and will conclude, like I said before, on the February 28th, 2018 at midnight New York time. Buyers will be able to purchase Berry tokens using Ethereum or Bitcoin. Token buyers will be purchasing Berry tokens to be used within the Rentberry platform as mentioned above. Users must list ERC20 compatible wallets such as my Ethereum wallet in order to receive their Berry tokens, which will be distributed after the purchase. Here's the information, here's the ICO summary. Like I said, it will start on the 5th of December, and on the 28th of February will be running in Ethereum and Bitcoin. The total supply of Berry tokens is 400 million, and they will be allocated to this token sale. The final amount will depend on the bonuses that would be applied to the token sale. All the unsold tokens will be burned. So here's a token distribution breakdown. So on the ICO, the token will be sold and allocated as follows. 70% of the Berry tokens to be allocated to this token sale. 20% of the Berry tokens to be created will be part of the Rentberry reserve. And 10% of Berry tokens to be created will be distributed to Rentberry's founders and employees. Rentberry is committed to a transparent token sale process and will notify the public of the total amount of Berry tokens in circulation after the completion of the token sale. This is a very smart move by Rentberry. They will not create any new Berry tokens after the token sale. This is just a statement of intent they've posted on their website that I'm sharing with you guys now. There is a bonus program on this token sale. The exact number of Berry tokens to be received by a contributor will depend on what day of the token sale the contribution is made. As determined by the Berry token allocation mechanism below, the early bird will get a 33% bonus. That's over already. That started before the token sale, so this was a very special offer by Rentberry. On the 1st to the 15th day, there's 27% bonus on the token sale. On days 16 to 43, 25% bonuses. And on the 44th to the 71st day of the token sale, this is the breakdown. Now, talking about the budget allocation overview, that's what the funding of this ICO will be applied at. This is the allocation you can see on this pie chart. It is important for Rentberry that the community understands how the funds work from the token sale, and so this chart will illustrate how the proceeds from the sale will be allocated after the conclusion. 30% will be for IT development, 20% for marketing and sales, 15% for acquisitions and partnerships. International expansion, which I find a little bit low, will take only 12.5% of the overall budget. 10% for administration and operations, a development fund for 5%, 5% for legal, that's not that much as well, and a bug bounting program for 2.5% of the budget. Well, in terms of the lion's share, IT development will take it, and nothing new there. That's what the company needs the most is IT development. There's a lot of development required at the moment. Let's go through the several budget allocation points. IT development, of course, the proprietary technology for which Rentberry is applying for a next patent will be the backbone of an efficient apartment rental process, so it needs to be a very resilient platform. The next generation rental procedure will reduce bureaucratic challenges and will seek to eliminate the need for brokers. So IT development is the most important side of this platform. It needs to be resilient, it needs to be a very consistent platform. Rentberry plans to continuously support and introduce new features, user interfaces, and most importantly, language support for web, iOS, and Android. So this will take the lion's share of the budget overview, of the budget allocation. Marketing and sales, well, of course, this will require a large share as well of the money from the token sale. Rentberry will continue to run its marketing efforts on a lean, cost-efficient basis and keep user acquisition costs to one of the lowest in the industry. That's the only way they can move forward. Partnerships and acquisitions. There is a plan to roll out a strategy of acquisitions of real estate technology companies in order to boost Rentberry's expansion and get access to the industry, especially to acquire relevant data and intellectual property and do local partnerships. And this goes hand in hand with the budget for international expansion. Like I said, I think it's a little bit not enough for the plans of international expansion that Rentberry has. In order to expand successfully, it will need to integrate, of course, with third-party service providers in different countries and in different continents, which will require a lot of procurement. Such integration will allow for Rentberry to integrate a variety of services, including checking local credit scores, performing tenant screenings and landlord verifications, and doing this remotely will be a great challenge, of course, but if it works, it's going to be amazing. It's going to change the way rental market works. And of course, e-signing of rental agreements, that's the core functionality. Integration will be made easier to enter in new markets and gain traction much faster. Like I said, I really want to insist on this. International expansion is very important for Rentberry. A small portion of the funds will be dedicated for strategic partnerships to enhance Rentberry's revenue stream, and this can be done, for example, in the form of co-branding and co-marketing initiatives with other companies. This has been announced already on a post by the CEO of Rentberry. There will be a bug bounty program, and the goal is to make sure that Rentberry will adhere to the highest security standards and have a minimal number of bugs. The bug bounty program is a common practice nowadays, especially with the blockchain industry, where a bounty will be set for people that will find vulnerabilities on the system. It is crucial to build a platform with as few flaws as possible. Here, Rentberry shows that there is a lot of concern with security amongst their team. So, opportunities. That's one of the most important parts of this review. Long-term rental space will be the next industry to be disrupted by blockchain technology. And blockchain and smart contracts will play a crucial part of this upcoming disruption. Rentberry's goal is to enable both landlords and tenants to enjoy a fully decentralized rental experience that includes open and transparent application processes and crowdsourced security deposit networks, instant rent payments, and internationally valid tenant and landlord scores. In addition to this, the platform eliminates the need for agents or brokers, thereby helping landlords and tenants to save millions of dollars in the long run. This is a way to bring tenants and landlords together. I know that sometimes this has been difficult in the past, but this positive approach to the distributed architecture will bring these guys together and will make them save millions of dollars for sure. Rentberry definitely is on a positive trajectory here in the long-term rental platform space. It does appear to be the next industry to be disrupted, and well, it's going to be inherent of the upcoming innovation. It has proven its ground already. Rentberry has more than 120 users and 225,000 properties on their platform, and they have raised already $4 million US in funds from highly respected angel institutional investors and venture capitals from 11 countries. So these guys have been around since 2015, even though the platform has been online only from June 2017. Unlike many blockchain startups, they already have established business that goes beyond a vision and a roadmap, which means they have already laid down a very solid foundation. Renting has become an economic and lifestyle choice for 41% of Americans, 55.5% of the Swiss, and 39.9% of the Germans, just to name a few countries. Currently, there are over 641 million rental units worldwide and around 2.3 billion people living in long-term rentals. According to the most recent statistics on the UN, there is over 244 million international migrants living worldwide, which creates a large pool of potential users who are likely to benefit from a transparent universal rental platform. According to a recent Harvard University study, long-term rental behaviors have increased among all income groups, age groups, and household types. This is good news for Rentberry investors. According to projections by the Urban Institute, as many as 59% of new households to be formed by 2030 will be renting homes instead of buying them. I have said this before, renting has become a new normal, and we believe this trend will continue to hold true for other countries around the world, and Rentberry is chasing that market in a very solid way. That enormous market and the uncharted territory is there for the taking, and I do believe that Rentberry is after it. Now, the hardest part, talking about concerns with Rentberry. Well, although there are many reasons to be optimistic about Rentberry's prospects, participants in the token sale should keep in mind potential risks of participation, and those include a turnover in the company's management team that can change the orientation of the company, volatility in cryptocurrency markets, which can always happen. But in recent years, all the influencers have been saying that markets are stabilizing, and of course Rentberry is working with the most robust cryptocurrencies, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Another risk is the possibility of increasing regulation of cryptocurrency exchanges. This doesn't depend on the market, it depends on governments. And depending on the adoption of the cryptocurrency, the regulation can change. And also, of course, the potential of a post-facto government investigation on a token sale, it can be can freeze somewhat part of the investment. All these aspects should raise some concern about investment on the token sale, but apart from that, it looks pretty solid. It looks very good for rental market to have a possibility of Rentberry to come and take over and change things forever using a disruptive technology such as blockchain. For more information, I want you guys to refer to rentberry.com and rentberry@cryptonymous.com. Those guys are the ones to manage the ICO for Rentberry. And of course, our review site and all sorts of news will be found in icofavorites.com. There you go, that's our logo. I sincerely hope that you have learned from this review. More reviews at icofavorites.com, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.